Well, good morning, friends and family. This is Wander on day 118 of my Appalachian Trail journey. Brother John right here has dropped me off. We kind of made an adjustment. I don't know if you can see way down there, there's some cars way in the distance. That was where he picked me up yesterday. But to go from there to here is a road walk through a narrow area with guardrails up against the road, and there's no way to get off. So we just came down here to a wide spot here in this parking lot, Kent School Phillips Field, and pulled off here. And then I'll continue on up here. There's white blazes up there saying where I got to turn. But we bypassed a little bit of this road walk to be safe. And so got about a 16-mile day, hiking over to, I don't even know where I'm hiking to. After 16 miles, I'll get off. How's that?
I forgot the pickup point.
Anyhow, we got this trail today starts as a bypass because there's a bridge right down across where you picked me up yesterday that got washed out, and so that's not going to be fixed for another year or so. So they got a official reroute goes this way, and then there's another river later on that I've seen on other people's videos that may get wet crossing. We'll see. A couple days ago, a guy walked across on dry rocks. The other one got wet the next day. But it's been dry for a couple days, so hopefully the water level's down and I can cross adequately. But it's 5:43, 5:45. I'm gonna get going, and I will see Brother John later on. He's got to move the RV today, and we'll be somewhere else camping tonight when I get off trail. All right, I'll bring you back when I find something interesting. So here is the sign for the AT North Detour. And of course, it's going to be a very steep uphill climb. So let's make it happen. So I'm on this bypass trail, and I started seeing a lot of graffiti on the rock, which is not good, but then I've seen this. Let me zoom in. So this is up here on the mountain. There was blue blazes on the trees and stuff right here, and coming at this point. So that may have been why the AT chose this route to get you up part of this way. But they do have white blazes, so we will continue this way. So this is where the trail used to go. Now they got a sign up there saying trail closed. And then right here, trail closed, follow white blazes. So that's what I just did. So now we're back on the main AT, and we will continue going up for a while. A little bit of haze coming off the hills over there. All right, one of our first water features for today. If you wanted to get water, here's a good place. It's got a good flow. Here is some stair climbing. Heading up to one of the mountains early on. It's about 3.5 miles in, so it'll be about 4 miles by the time I get there. Mountains or hills. Okay, so this is Caleb's Peak. All right, let's walk over here and see what kind of view we got up here from Caleb's Peak. This is the trail. Okay, let me stop here. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. Nice little stream. If you needed water, this would be a good one to get it. Here's a place called St. John's Ledges. I guess you can go down there and take a peek. Looks like the trees are blocking most of it, so the trail goes this way. So we'll continue on. I think St. John's Ledges was not just that lookout up there. I think it was this coming down here and working your way down all these steps. Okay, so just stepped out of the woods. Met some folks back there, or came out on this road. And it looks like I got a road walk for a while. Looks like a lot of people come along here and do day hiking or section hiking along here. A lot of cars parked right on, up and down here. Look, they got this roadblock, but cars are coming, are parked on either side of it, so I'm not sure what they're stopping. But anyhow, according to the far out map, I'll be on this for a while. So, all right, I'll bring you back if I. Let's see what the signs say up here. All right, let's get away. Do not block gate. No motorized vehicles allowed beyond this point. All right, that's all. So this road walk I'm on parallels the Housatonic River. It's up a bit from it, so you really can't see it that well, but it's right down there. All of a sudden mosquitoes are swarming like crazy. So I didn't have I'd take my bug net off when I came out of the woods, but then I had to put it back on because they were just all of a sudden everywhere. Yeah, so you can see the river through there. Sunlight glistening off it. Campers down there. Okay, here's a better view of the Housatonic. Yeah, it looks like the dirt road ends and I'm back in the woods. No ATVs, no bikes, don't block gate. Footpath. AT. That's us. Welcome to the Appalachian Trail. Another box of trail guides. We've seen those yesterday. All right. Let's keep going. I think the trail parallels the Housatonic for a while, and it looks like it's going to be pretty flat. Of course, I could be surprised. All right, I'll bring you back with more views. Okay, here's a nice little river and a nice hewn log bridge to cross it with. Alright, came for a sign for the Stewart Hollow Shelter. Blue Blaze up this way somewhere. I think the AT goes with this way. I think that's the shelter down that way. Let's see if we can find a white blaze down here. I know it follows the river for a while longer yet. Yeah, there's a white blaze up ahead. Alright, made the right choice. Alright, got a sign here for Stony Brook campsites. Another one up there for the same thing. And we got another stream and another log bridge. So we're still paralleling the river, but we just kind of popped out on this side of the trees and by the big grassy meadows and stuff. Okay, what's that supposed to mean? Duck. Huh. I wonder. Short people don't worry about it. Tall people, yeah. Duck. Water, last water, silver here, something or other. I don't know if you can hear, they got a trail maintenance crew doing some stuff here. Piped spring. I'm gonna give me some water. There's a blue blaze for Silver Hill Camping. We're going this way. I got about maybe a little less than a half mile to this top of this climb. I got more climbs coming today, but it is 76 degrees out right now. Really warming up. So back there where I got water, I totally downed one bottle of water and then filled the bottles back up, trying to camel up. I don't even know if that's going to be enough for the next, well, I got, a little over 5.5 miles, 5.5 miles to go. I had a couple big red-headed woodpeckers. Okay, just started climbing. But I got to get over this thing here. So here's a nice river we got to cross. I don't see the appropriate rock hop area just yet. Let me get down here a little closer and I think somebody put a rock there in the middle for a rock hopping across, so I'll give it a try. I'm gonna let you go and I'll see if I can get across there. Here's a sign for a Mohawk Trail, Blue Blaze hiking trail. Alright, we're going White Blaze. Well, I just checked the map and I just now reached the top of Bread Loaf Mountain. Don't know what that is named after, other than a bread loaf or a loaf of bread. Got a bit of a downhill coming up now. I need to find another water source. I can maybe dip my buff in it and get it wet again. I already did it once. But as warm as it is out, it doesn't last long, so I need to cool my head. Here's a nice little stream for you. Okay, there you got this view marked on the app, so I thought I'd stop and let y'all see it.
Okay, breathing hard, just finished the climb. Now it's time to go back down. One more climb to do today. Okay, there's a sign here for the Pine Knob Loop Trail and the AT. Well, they got the AT only going one way. Well, don't think that's quite correct because there's a blaze down here, and I really don't want to come back the way I came from, so I'll go down this way. Yeah, I've got 2.5 miles left today. Last time I checked, it was almost 80 degrees, but it's not too bad in the shade. And every time I cross the river, I soak my buff in it in the nice cold water, and then wipe my head down and my neck, and then put the wet buff on my head. And it seems to be feeling really good doing that. There's a sign for Caesar Brook campsites. Coming down to another river crossing. I think I shall dunk my buff again and get it wet, because then I got a 1 mile climb out of this before I head to the final descent where Brother John will pick me up. Let you see the river first, and then I'll put you away. Look how clear that water is. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to get my buff wet and I'll be back. Alright, my buff is wet, but just came across this. It looks like this is an old basement wall, basement foundation. Kind of wraps around here. You got a pit down there. So apparently some time way in the past, that was somebody's basement. Who knows what the history is of that is. Would have been interesting to see it back then. Alright, my head's dripping, but it's cool. So here's a nice little stream. Very tiny. But it'll do for what I want. I want to get my buff wet again and cold. Okay, so nice cold wet buff on my head, and now we go down these rock steps. Okay, I'm dripping. That feels good though. Okay, so this is a river crossing that I've seen in Alpha Gal's video. Yeah, you get to try to cross this. Alright, let's give it a go. Alright, so I'm here at Brother John's car. And my day is done. 16.1 mile day today. Got a little hot, but it's finished now. So almost 8 hours. All right.